Alright, so in this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to edit the settings for our courses to make sure that it looks the way that we want it to look. We'll start by taking a look at the left-hand side of the screen in the administration block. We'll go ahead and select Edit Settings. Here is where our course full name shows up, and in my case it's Sample Course 2. The course short name that I gave it, which again, you can change it to whatever you like. I just abbreviated it, SC2. The category that it belongs in, which is usually stagnant, and any description that I may want to give it. So this is a sample course for training. So now I know. If I want the course to be visible to students, then show versus hide, the date that my course starts, and at the JVLA, we aren't really concerned with course ID numbers, so you can disregard that box. Then I'll go down lower. If there's any specific course summary files that you may want to add or attach to this, you're more than welcome to. Then I will select Course Format. This is important because it will determine how your learning modules are set up. In this case, as you probably noticed, I had Topics format, which is great if you are teaching based on units or themes or several ideas or even chapters or subject headings. Then Topics format is the way that you'll want to go. The other option that we recommend is Weekly format. This will allow your students to know specifically what week they are in and what assignments are for that week and what readings are for that week. So if you like the idea and know that you're going to be updating your course site on a weekly basis, then Weekly format is the way to go for you. If, however, you're teaching based on chapters or units or themes, then Topics is the best option. Determine how many sections you want. So if there are 20 chapters and you know you want to have 20 topics or sections, then you would change the number. If you know there are 12 weeks and you're doing a weekly format, then change it obviously to the number of weeks. So try to be intentional about the number of sections that you're going to have in your course. This toggle here, hidden sections are completely invisible or hidden sections are shown in collapsed form. Within Moodle, you have the ability to show or hide your learning modules. This will allow students to focus on the information that you want them to, or prevent them from looking ahead or seeing information that isn't ready to be viewed yet. I like to keep hidden sections completely invisible so students aren't tempted to look at it and be confused, because what they'll see is information in gray. They won't be able to access it, but they'll still be able to see it. And I prefer that they don't see it at all. The course layout allows you to determine if you want to show one section per page, so if all that they see is Chapter 1 and only Chapter 1 information, or show all sections on one page. This again is completely up to you on how you want things to be seen. Right now, my students can see all the sections for the course on one page. I could change it to show one section per page. Again, this would be up to you. I'm going to keep it as is. My appearance, I don't want to force the language. Minimum news items to show, you can change this to 1 or 2 or the most recent 5. I'll just keep it as its default setting. If you want to show your gradebook to students, which is highly recommended so that they know their progress, so I'm just going to keep that to yes. And if I want to show activity reports, which again can be very useful to understanding student progress. Files and uploads allows you to determine how large this file size can be when students upload information, and for you as well. And just keep it to site upload limit to prevent the system from preventing you to adding large files. Completion tracking is very useful because it will show little boxes on the course page as to what assignments students have and haven't completed for each individual student. So when they see the course page, they'll be able to tell if they've completed certain assignments. I think it's a handy tool because it allows students to be self-disciplined and allows them to keep track of their progress. So I'll just leave it as yes. You won't need to worry about guest access. We won't allow that at this time. And then groups. There's a tutorial later on that explains how to create groups, but if you know you want to have various groups and you're going to have group projects and collaboration, then you can select separate or visible groups. And separate groups simply means that students are not able to see each other's other group information. Visible groups means that students are able to see other groups' information. And as I mentioned, there's a short tutorial on that a little later on. Role renaming is extra, which again you won't necessarily need to use, but if you're interested, you can email me and we can talk about it. And then I will go ahead and save changes. And again, it doesn't look like much has changed, but you can still see all the topics here, and that helped change the settings in my course. Now, if you don't want to leave it topic 1, topic 2, and you want to change the name of each module, you'll go ahead to the right-hand side, turn editing on, and then select the little pinwheel, Edit Summary. Now, here, in general, under section name, it's using the default section name, which is topic 1. You can, however, change it to whatever you want, whether that's chapter 1 or the name of the theme or of the unit that you're working on. In this case, we can say chapter 1, and maybe it's a history course and I'm saying Discovering America, for example. If I wanted a summary, which would go underneath it, maybe I want to put the goal of this chapter is to learn about the discovery of America. And then I can save changes. And now, instead of seeing topic 1, I see the title of my learning module or of the chapter. And you can go through and do that with each individual topic or learning module so that students are aware of what they're looking at and they understand and know what that module is about or what the topic for that module is about. So this is the first and most basic, easy way on how to start setting up your course page. In the following tutorial, we'll take a look at how to add resources and activities to your course site.